Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw because every team in the league wants to have that open week later in the year rather than early. They benefited.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. A look now at the lineup defensively here for Seattle. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
218, jump. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kramer eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Kramer. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, He's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Warner breaks the tackle. Now Allen. And down inside the 15 he goes. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. 2 draw quarters. Now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way significantly, and the guys who play in the 2nd and the 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that, and they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover, and they're hoping you try to throw it back towards the middle.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down. Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 2nd down. Kramer flush to his right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Kramer forced out to his left. It's caught. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Down, 70, Indy.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kramer flushed out right. Jones has it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards, the final tally.
18 Gator.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. That's complete to Largent. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On 1st down, it's Warner, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. From 3 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point up and through, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Football continuing all December here on EA Sports. Coming up Thursday night, a good one from the Windy City. It ought to be a cold one, too. The Cowboys and the Bears from Soldier Field with coverage at 8:20 Eastern Time.
60 Pittsburgh. Number 53. Mike 53.
Throwing on 1st down. Kramer. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Ross, complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, Kramer. And that's complete to Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Kramer flush to his right. Caught by Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll run on 1st down. It's Warner looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They run again on first down. Anderson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down, Kramer. He's got Lewis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
30 base. Check 53. You bet.
On first down, Ross. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Kramer. Complete. This is Lewis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
Ready? 6-6. Bullet high.
10th carry now for Anderson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Kramer. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 6 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They'll buy some time right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. 5 plays there on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give to Anderson here out of the gun. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Anderson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Kramer eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Jones. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Again, Anderson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's back to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Good job.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
come the Seahawks. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 21-14. At time, a huge factor. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he will find his man on the outside. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A try here for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll run on first down. It's Warner, and not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Warner. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Kramer eluding the pressure right. Going deep downfield for... This is caught inside the 15.
Let's go, baby.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Kramer flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Anderson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Looking to throw. Kramer to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Kramer. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Vikings, the win gets them back to 500 and 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis,